Hi, this is Ernie again. I'm that guy who had $6 in his checking account to now having millions of dollars. Ever since I posted a video with my daughter after winterizing one of our properties, I've been getting a lot of questions around how do you pick the right neighborhood so that their property will appreciate as much as mine did. So I'm going to give you a couple tips for those who are buying their property for the first time. And not a, I don't have a real estate license, so don't take everything with a grain of salt. This is based on my personal experience. One, I'll give you an example. So everything will be based on example. One, we bought a property where school district was not that great, and it was not a cookie cutter home. So old neighborhood. The house was like 40 years old. Um, we sold it after 3 years. I think we got maybe 10% profit. Yeah, that's all we got. Versus another property we bought, we follow Indian people, not Native Americans, the South Asian Indian people. Why? Because they put so much emphasis on their education. And because of it, the Indian families are willing to spend top dollars to send their kids to a better school district. Our neighborhood, like, price just went up. So same 3 year period, but we're able to get 50% return on our property. And you might be asking, how did you know that there are Indian kids? Yeah, there's websites there you can go, or you just find out how many Teslas are parked outside, because that's what a lot of wealthy Indian people drive. Yeah, it's a joke. So don't follow that, right? But when we buy a property in a neighborhood where there was a good education system, yeah, our price appreciated. So that's one. Two, again, this is based on two comparisons. One, the previous house that didn't appreciate. This was, I think, was a 40-year-old house. You could think of it as buying a 40-year-old car. Just imagine things that you have to fix. And if you're not handy, even if you have some type of home warranty, you're gonna spend a boatload of money. They don't have tankless water heater. It's going to be one of those, the old tank one, and it's so old that they don't even have parts anymore. AC, the same thing. The roof, pipe underneath. They don't have what was it, PVP or PCP. I forget those. A plastic pipe. It's a cast iron pipe, and when the foundation moves, it cracks, and then there's like sewer water all over the place, like plumbing. Those are the things that you need to work on. So house might be cheap. It might have a little more character because this is one of the older homes, but it's gonna cost you a boatload of money to fix. And if you're not handy, yeah, I recommend you do not get that. Third, do not ever go for those PMI 5% down. No, do a proper 20% down and get a 15-year mortgage. Fixed rate 15-year mortgage. 30-year, just too long. If you look at the entire amount of money that you're giving to the bank, oh, it's ridiculous amount of money they give it to a bank. And when you look at the difference between 15-year mortgage monthly payment and 30-year mortgage monthly payment, it's not that different. Another thing that I highly recommend is paying one additional payment each year. As you probably have seen from my video, rather than 15 years, it reduced my term into 13 and a half years. So it's going to be yours earlier. So that's another thing that I highly recommend. And finally, this is the most critical thing. Let your wife pick the house. Please, if you want to be happily married and without having to deal with all the complaints, oh, I didn't get this because you chose this house. Oh, I don't like this one because you chose this house. We could have gotten that house and I would have been much. You do not want to hear this for the rest of your life. So let your wife pick the house. Yes, let your wife pick the house. You want to have a voice? Yeah, there are battles that you want to fight. This is not the type of a battle that you want to fight. So hopefully this is useful, and I'll post more on what things that I've learned. buying multiple houses, having multiple rental properties. But yeah, so comment, repost, like, send me direct messages if you have any questions. Yeah, I've done this so many times, buying and selling homes and making profit. This is another way to make profit as well. So hopefully this was useful, and please feel free to reach out.